Berengere, and I'm volunteering for Children Heard and Seen since February 2019 for around 9 months now. So we had a burglary at our house back in January 2019, and the police was keeping us informed of the name of the offenders. And when I saw the names and their sentences, it just was very real for me, in a sense of these people have potentially families, and that's what made me think about the potential action on the children of their parents disappearing to jail. So I did some research with the Reading Volunteering Action webpage, and there was an opportunity to become a mentor for Children Heard and Seen, so I applied. So I've been doing lots of volunteering in terms of mentoring, more in my professional world, so mentoring junior people, but also doing some mentoring with the Reading University. They have a mentoring program for second year students called Strive. So I've done that for a few years now. And so mentoring is something I really enjoy, and I really think is important to help and support people around you. So I just wanted to expand that to perhaps, a new category of people. I think the only reservation I had was I never really mentored much younger people. So the youngest category of people I've mentored were students at university. So they are around probably 19, 20, but I've never mentored much younger people. And so I was perhaps a little bit anxious on how that conversation and relationship would go. It's wonderful. It's just very, it's something which gives you a lot back. So you just learn a lot about other people, which is always wonderful, because that changes always your point of view and your mind on how the world is, but also you learn a lot about yourself. I enjoy it a lot, and I would recommend it to anyone who enjoy working with people, generally speaking, because you can make such a difference, and it's visible. It's straight away the result is there. So it's actually very fulfilling. And I think that's the very important point. We are mentor for the children, but in effect, what's happened is that we also mentor the carer to some extent, because we arrive to their house and they have questions, or they have concern, or they have experienced something with perhaps the history they have experienced, and they want to talk about it, and they want to have a safe place where they can discuss without being judged, which probably is not happening a lot in their space. And therefore I feel as a mentor, while you are the primary mentor of the child, you sometimes act as a mentor for the carer as well. So it's an interesting dynamic, because I think the carer is grateful for the time you spend with the child, and is actually very it gives some time back to the carer as well, to have some time on their own, because often they are single parents because of the nature of the situation. And so that is allowing them to have some time for themselves, which they are grateful for. They are grateful for the time you give, but they are also grateful for, again, that non-judgmental environment. They can open themselves to someone who is going to listen and perhaps give them some gentle advice where they need it. So that's how I would describe it. So with the girl, I had a much longer period, and therefore I feel it just touched my heart. One day she introduced me to a friend of her in the street, and she said to me, "Oh, this is Berengere, my friend." And for me, it was just very, very clear that she, while I was much older than her, she actually considered me as a friend. The best I can say is you need to build that that relationship where the child feel that they can speak to you about everything, and that's really by listening. So I would describe it as a relationship where I listen a lot, but also sometimes just advice on something if it is school, especially with a girl. I had a lot of influence on the schoolwork because she was struggling at school. Um, but generally speaking, I think the best description is that it's a relationship where you can share anything and you have the confidence that this is not going to be used in a malicious way. So it's a very warm and it, how do you say in English when you trust, very trusting relationship.